It is very common that most of us are scared of failing because it's always linked to those negative emotions such as feeling overwhelmed or defeated or upset, anxious. It basically makes us feel like our efforts went to complete waste despite us putting so much hard work into everything that we do. And I would know because not that long ago I was completely terrified of failures and I hated them, but I found a way to fix my relationship with them, and this is exactly what I will be talking about in this video. I'm not really sure why this happens, but society thinks that failing is embarrassing, and we are literally taught from very young age that if, let's say, we fall off our bike, people will laugh at us, that it's a funny thing, or if we do something like mess up words, it will be a funny thing, like people will laugh at us, and it's something that obviously, because we've learned it throughout our whole lives, now we think that failing is an embarrassing thing to do. So whenever we fail, we either try to quickly conceal it as quick as possible, really, or we try to come up with tons of excuses and tons of reasons as to why something didn't go our way. But I think it's a very immature way of looking at failures. And obviously, because of this conditioning, we think that failures is something that is a punishable thing or something to laugh at. But people that do that, so people that laugh at you or punish you for failing, are part of that problem, because failing isn't bad at all, and if anything, it's actually a very brave thing to do, to come back up from a mistake that you've made and actually own up to it and learn from it, and not let society shake you and make you think that you're a bad person for failing. And it builds character, it builds resilience, and it redirects you early on in your path, so then you can take the actual right path to whatever you're working on. But of course, there always will be people that will say the exact opposite of what I just said, and they will claim that failures are still something that should not happen and is a bad thing. But I am here to say that it's absolutely not, and if anything, failures are a sign that you should simply just adapt. So let's just reframe this. Let me ask you this instead. How many times have you failed at something and yet you got back up, and actually you got back up with more wisdom, more knowledge, and you just knew what to do next to avoid making that mistake again? So you became wiser. Let's go back to the example of riding a bike. Were you born knowing how to ride a bike as a kid, or did you have to fall off that bike many times until you got the hang of it? Exactly. And it's no different in our adult life. I mean, literally, if you start something from complete scratch, it is expected to fail, and it's absolutely healthy to fail, because at the end of the day, you are not going to be given a handout every single time you start something new that will tell you exactly this is what you do and this is what you not do, because your circumstances are different, your personal journey is different, and whatever you're working on is unique to you, and no one can give you an exact tutorial on how to not fail. You need to figure out a lot of things on your own, and you can only do it through, you guessed it, failing. Because actually, those who never failed are those who end up staying stuck and angry at life and everyone else because they are scared to move forward. But you want to be the person that actually dares to move forward and fail in front of everybody, because you know that ultimately this is a part of your character and building your character, and a part of your journey, inevitable one at that. Like I said, failures are literally here to help you and protect you in your path. So you actually allowing this to teach you a lesson and let you be wiser and more prepared for the next time you take on a challenge. That is exactly the purpose of failures. And you can't really grow as a person if you avoid them, because think about this, you only really can fail if you don't start, because you are gonna stay stuck in the exact same space, whereas another person that failed 100 times, they will be 100 steps further from you and 100 times wiser, 100 times more prepared. So I think it speaks for itself. Each failure is ultimately a stepping stone in your journey that brings you clarity, redirection, like I said, and it builds unshakable resilience. And another really good thing about failures is that each time you come back from a failure, you come back even stronger, and you build this insane work ethic that literally nothing can shake you, nothing can stop you. Because at the end of the day, when you work on something, failures are always inevitable. Challenges, setbacks, all of that stuff is an inevitable part of any success story. So if anything, you should accept that this will be a part of your character arc and everything that you'll be doing, rather than trying to find a way to not fail, because you're gonna waste time trying to avoid the inevitable instead of actually letting it work to your advantage and help you grow. So essentially, to succeed, you need to fail many times. And honestly, you can observe this in so many successful people out there. Like literally, they will tell you that they tried something 100 100 times in different ways and they found that one way that worked, but they wouldn't find that one way that worked if they didn't fail 100 times prior. And while I know that each failure really stings, because trust me, I also take them personally sometimes. Like, I'm not trying to sit here and pretend that I never get affected by failures, because I do, and everybody does. It's normal to feel that way, and you shouldn't try to avoid it. But you need to be able to stand up from them and then bounce back and come back stronger. That's the difference, because those who are scared of failures, they will always kind of crush under the pressure of failures. But those who know that they are inevitable and they are actually helping you, they will feel the sting, they will feel a bit bad, but then they will take their time and actually step away and come back stronger, wiser, and more prepared. Ultimately, failing is as powerful as winning, and it should be celebrated too. Because again, this is something that is helping you grow as a person and in your career and your journey, whatever you're working on right now. And you can only do this by allowing failures to help you. So let them be your ally, not your enemy. Because you should be scared of staying stuck in the same exact place and never moving forward more than failing. So allow failures to help you on your journey and guide you through it. I hope this video helped you a little bit, and if it did bring you some reassurance, then make sure to let me know in the comments, and also like and subscribe. And also make sure to check out my other social media where you can connect with me, and also my podcast, Main Character Frequency. But other than that, I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.